I think to start off with, it's great to be in this position whereby we know the second series is happening with Daredevil. So, I mean, how much of a relief is that for you that, you know, we can talk about that now and we can start that process of looking
Well, I mean, I found out when everyone else did. I woke up to emails. So, you know, I mean, which is great because I woke up and was like, I have a job, you know. You know, I felt like the response has been so great. People have been so enthusiastic about the show and you know, and it feels like Netflix and Marvel are really pleased with the product, etc. So I assumed that it was on the cards, and I just was very hopeful that would translate into a serious pickup because I had such a great time doing it. You know, it's a dream job in so many ways, and the prospect of doing it for another season and perhaps more is a dream really.
Mm-hmm. In terms of the series pickup and that element of making TV shows, you've obviously worked in American TV before.
Yeah.
But how different is it doing this sort of Netflix system whereby it's an intensive release of series in one go?
Well, the main difference the main difference that I kind of became aware of as we were filming and as I was reading the scripts is really in the format and the quality of the writing. To explain that. Because the show is released all in one go, so it's all 13 episodes overnight. And because we people have, you know, appointment television no longer seems to be the way that people like to watch TV. They like to be able to watch as many episodes as they want when they want to. It means that from a writing point of view, you spend almost no time kind of reminding people of what happened last week because it hasn't been a week, it's been a few minutes. And you also don't really spend any time kind of ending on some crazy cliffhanger because it doesn't work because someone goes, oh no, I don't know what's going to happen, and they click a button and they see, or they don't even have to click a button. It just starts playing and they find out what happened. So as a byproduct of that, the quality of the writing is the arcs of the characters and the storylines can be much, you know, could be lengthened out and much more subtler, and it feels more like a 13-hour movie.
And do you think comic book characters lend themselves to that kind of format as well? Because we've not really seen it done before like that.
Yeah, I certainly think some of them do. One of the things I was so excited about our show was that we get to spend so much time in origin, and we don't have to necessarily do it chronologically as well. So as if people have watched our show, that we know that we do a series of flashbacks throughout the season to tell the story of Matt Murdock's kind of journey into the man that we're meeting at the beginning of the show. And I love that because when I go and see the Marvel movies, that's my favourite part of the film often is when Spider-Man's been bitten, he wakes up the next morning and he's discovering what's happened to him and who he is, and he goes to high school, blah, blah, blah. I love that time. You know, I think that really appeals to the child in all of us, you know, that idea of waking up one morning and being so different and unique in becoming a superhero.
Excellent. Now, I'm glad you mentioned the movies. How closely involved are you in terms of whether the character will move into the existing film franchises or even a spin-off involving some of the other characters?
If I was involved, we would be in pre-production right now. I'm not involved in any way in those discussions. I'm not privy to any of those to those decisions, but I would love it. You know, I mean, I had such a great time playing this character, and you know, I really enjoyed reading the New Avengers series and the Civil War, etc., etc. So I don't believe I'll be in Civil War because I think they're already into that. Mm-hmm. But if further down the line that opportunity presents itself, I'll be there in a flash.
Is that something that has been discussed, or is that still, you know, series by series at the moment?
No. I mean, when you sign a contract to be part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, they obviously work that in so that if they so choose to use you, you are obligated. But that doesn't mean there's any way guaranteed or even that if they were to include Daredevil in one of the movies, it's not guaranteed that I would get that part. I might have to audition for it.
Sure. And in terms of the previous incarnation of the character on screen, were you familiar with the film that was made earlier?
I was not. No, I did watch it when I was preparing for it, and you know, I happen to think Ben Affleck did a wonderful job as Daredevil. I think if you watch that film and you think of him as Matt Murdock as you do, I think he did brilliantly. I think that the difficulty that the film had, if I may say so, is that when you get to know the source material, as in the comic books, you realise that Daredevil needs to exist in a slightly more adult, gritty, dark lonely place. You know, he's different from other superheroes, and he operates in a different way. You know, he's not saving the universe or saving the world. He's very vulnerable. He's very fallible as well. Mm-hmm. And so, you know, it's street level crime. He's dealing with one criminal at a time and trying to clean up his streets, as it were. Sure. And so I think tonally and thematically, our show it lends itself very well to the comics.
Just wanted to ask about Vincent. Obviously, such a great relationship. Yeah,
he's such a great guy.
Yeah,
and a great actor. When I found out they would cast him as the Kingpin, I remember thinking, oh, they're serious.
Yeah. Excellent. Well, congratulations, man.
It's my arc, really. It was the best arc of the movie.